All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, I know I just did a book haul recently, and then Alan and his beautiful Discord members decided that it was unacceptable that I wasn't receiving books. And a bunch of them sent me books for my birthday. So this is a belated birthday book haul because around the time of my birthday, about a week or so ago, this happened. So thank you, you fine people. I will go through these in just a moment. And thank you all individually. You guys are awesome. And of course, I got to represent the Thread Tank tee that I'm wearing, courtesy of Elliot Brooks. Channel linked below if you somehow don't know who she is. She's actually working with Thread Tank to do some shirt designs. There is one other shirt design out there. I received this one from our lovely friend Elle. And I love dragons, I love books, so this was perfect for me. I believe she will have links and stuff and all that jazz here shortly. So once those are available, you'll find them on her channel. All right, so let's get to the book haul. So again, these were all gifts. I didn't buy these. Yes, I buy a lot of books. I have more coming. The only book that I bought recently, well, now this is a lie because I just bought more. I just ordered the signed copies of Zach Argyle's books 1 and 2 in this beautiful hardcover that I'll link here. He has a post about it on his Instagram. Also, because I'm going to be doing The Dark Tower, and I've convinced myself to do somewhat of a reading order, I'm actually going to read the original Gunslinger and then finish with the revised Gunslinger. So I have Gunslinger on the way, but let's get to the books that I was sent. First up, from my lovely friend Alan at the Library of Alexandria, we've got Tigana by Guy Gavriel Kay. So I haven't actually read any Guy Gavriel Kay yet. I actually own Under Heaven. Yeah, I've got that. Haven't heard great things about it, but I'm interested in it. I have heard fantastic things about Tigana. His 30th anniversary edition is gorgeous. I even have this goofy little page here, so I'll always remember that it's from Alan. This overachieving page that's just cut entirely too long. It's cute. I don't know that much about Tigana, other than I know people consider it a classic. I know it has a lot of love, especially somewhat recently, at least in my Discord, I've seen some people reading it and loving it, so fantastic. I've had that on my wish list for a while. And Alan sent me this lovely note. Happy birthday, Alex. I am sorry for ever saying negative things about hobbits, Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin. Samwise Gamgee is actually the greatest character in fiction and is the sole reason that Frodo was able to get to Mordor with the One Ring. That is brave of you, Alan. Very brave. Okay, next up, we've got Charmaine. Lovely Charmaine sent me this gorgeous hardcover of Children of Blood and Bone, which I think, if I remember correctly, and you'll find Charmaine in Alan's Discord, because Alan's Discord is full of lovely human beings. I want to say this is like a more YA-ish version of Rage of Dragons, I believe is what this has been compared to, or compared to Rage of Dragons, one or the other. But this sounds right up my alley, even if it is a little bit, more directed to a younger audience. That's fine. And I love things that are set, in a non-traditional fantasy setting. And I'm down to read some, strong female characters, so let's do it. And stepping directly into something that is definitely not for a young audience. Why am I'm getting stuff stuck together? That would be the Priest of Bones and Priest of Lies. Grim, darkiness stories that I hear these are. These are apparently some very heavy, dark tales by Peter McLean. So this is the War for the Rose Throne is the series title. I've never actually heard that. I've only ever heard Priest of Bones. So as I understand it, these are some dark as shit books, and I'm looking forward to it because I really like some grim novels, and they're lovely and short. They're like 300 pages a piece, so that's dope because I read all these really massive long books, and I'm in for some shorter fantasy. So thank you, Navi. I believe she is a patron of Alan's and is in his Discord, but has also been a lovely patron of mine for several months. So thank you again. Oh! I've done this too many times. All right. Then from Kate Coy, thanks Kate, The Night Watch, which I've had on my wish list as well for a while. So this is, I know Nick in my Discord, one of my patrons, loves this book, loves this author. Sort of grew up on this, I believe. Again, this is going to be one of those that I haven't gotten into any sort of like Russian authors. Will have an interesting twist. This takes place in Moscow. I think this is the one that they compared to Harry Potter, but I don't think it's probably going to read very much like Harry Potter. I think it's just because Harry Potter was popular. I definitely see the comparison as far as the description of the book, though, because you're talking about walking the streets of Moscow, indistinguishable from the rest of the population are the others, possessors of supernatural powers and capable of entering the twilight, a shadowy world that exists in parallel to our own. Each other owes allegiance either to the dark or the light. I don't know. Loosely, I mean, it's just sort of, I guess, mages living behind the scenes or sort of in parallel with the real world. So, sounds pretty cool. I can't wait. Yeah, so I mean, this almost sounds more like urban fantasy, sort of. I mean, you've got the main character who is an other, owing his allegiance to the light, and as a night watch agent, he's patrolling the streets, defending them, defending the ordinary people from vampires and dark magic users. So, I don't know. There's no vampires in Harry Potter, were there? And there's talking spiders and Death Eaters and stuff. But, yeah, I mean, this sounds pretty sweet. I don't know. It's definitely interesting, and if I like it, I'll pick up the other two. Then, from Kate, The Literary Apothecary. Thank you, Kate. Her channel will be on the screen and linked below. The City of Brass. So, other than the abomination of why do they do this little like cut? Just give me the full cover. People, publishers, whoever produces these books. Like, you can just put some of the quotes here, like on the back. But anyway, City of Brass looks gorgeous, obviously, front and back. And I've always heard fantastic things about it. I've always seen it in stores and just never pulled the trigger of picking it up. So thank you very much for getting this to me. I've never read anything by S.A. Chakraborty. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but I am in for sort of stepping away from the traditional style and setting of a lot of the fantasy that I've read. And between this and 12 Kings of Sherikai and some other things, I'm down to get, a little bit more of like an Indian setting. I've got, sort of like an African inspired with Children of Blood and Bone and Rage of Dragons. So definitely looking forward to this one for sure. I know this was her debut novel, and it's got high praise. This is definitely, from what I've read about it, going to be wildly different than the sort of setting and style that I'm used to for fantasy books. So I am absolutely looking forward to it. And I'm a sucker for big floppy paperbacks. And finally, from Evie, the GIF queen of Alan's Discord. I wish I had my own Evie, because everybody always asks me, like, why are there no GIFs and emojis of you? I'm like, because none of you make any. She's the queen of Alan's Discord. She's like the GIF master. She was awesome enough to notice that I had Eyes of the Dragon on my wish list. Also, her channel's linked below. And she had a copy sitting around, so she sent it to me. So thank you very much for this. This is going to be part of the Dark Tower stuff that I'm reading. I wanted to read this anyway, as my journey through King has begun. So super cool of you to do that. And also, which I have no idea, honestly, what it's about or how it ties into the Dark Tower. She sent me because I was doing a Dune read-along and interested in reading more by Frank Herbert. She actually sent me these super cool, like, vintage-looking sci-fi, tiny little sci-fi tales written by Frank Herbert. I had never actually seen any of these written by him. I know him for Dune. Of course, as you can tell, everything, author of Dune and Dune Messiah, world-famous author of Dune, the author of Dune, author of Dune. So we've got the worlds of Frank Herbert. So you got 9 challenging sci-fi adventures by Frank Herbert. Sure. We've got the Heaven Makers, which got some weird aliens with like they're playing some like tabletop of a guy with a sword about to cut somebody. I don't know. I literally know nothing about anything that Frank Herbert ever did outside of Dune, so this is super cool. And I love these old school, like classic sci-fi art on these. World famous author of Dune, Direct Descent, illustrated edition. Oh, there's some illustrations in this one. Oh my goodness. Look at that. There are illustrations on like every other page of this. Pretty cool. And then we have Destination Void. So I have literally never even heard of most of these. I don't even know if they're good, but it's super cool, and these will absolutely be on display in the sci-fi section of my growing collection. And I'll definitely check them out at some point. Yeah, man. Really, really cool. Thank you again, Evie. So there you have it, folks. There is the birthday book haul. Thank you very much again to everybody that sent me books. You guys are crazy and awesome. I mean, no one needs to buy me stuff, but it's awesome that any of you would. That's super, super cool of you. I can't thank you enough. And they will absolutely join my ever-growing book collection. So thank you again. Thank you, Elle, for the Thread Tank. That probably sounded weird. Thread Tank t-shirt. I just did it again. I'm hitting myself in the face with the mic. The shirt's great, fits well, it's super cozy and comfy, and I'm sure Elle will be talking about this upcoming with links and stuff. So definitely check that out. And until next time, keep reading.